we're going to talk about Saturn, specifically your Saturn return and what house it's in. What does it mean? My Saturn is in the 3rd house. Make sure you get your own natal chart. I'll post some links below so that you can find out what house your Saturn is in, and this video will make a whole lot more sense to you because you'll be able to say, so that's what it means. So for those of you who are new to astrology and don't even know what Saturn return is, make sure you watch my video on Saturn returns because I go into my experience with them and I also talk about what they mean and other stuff. So that might be really helpful. Your Saturn placement is going to say a lot about you and how you put your foot down, and also how you respect yourself. Do you even respect yourself? How do you show it? So for example, my Saturn is on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces, and it's in the 3rd house. If your Saturn is also in Aquarius and Pisces or on the 3rd house, make sure you check out that video on Saturn returns because I talk about what that means. As a reminder, they occur every 29 years, give or take. So at the ages of 27 to 31, you'll experience your first Saturn return. Then at the ages of 56 to 60 years old, you'll experience your second Saturn return. And then between the ages of 84 and 90, you will experience your 3rd Saturn return. When Saturn returns, it is an extremely pivotal moment for you in your life. It's like a cosmic rite of passage. And depending on its location in your chart, it will manifest differently. And today we're going to look at how your Saturn return can manifest in your chart based on the house it's located in. So if you're watching this and you are in between Saturn returns, this is a good way to reflect and maybe prepare for the next one because like I said, there are 3. You're not over it, most likely. There's going to be another one. Please keep in mind that it's very difficult to read something like this by itself. So make sure you look at the other placements when you're reading your chart as well. So let's talk about the 5th house. The house of pleasure, fun, sex, children. During a Saturn return in the 5th house, they will discover what they like and what they don't like during sex. They may even go through some kind of sexual awakening. Now, for those of you who aren't sexual and you're watching this, I want you to think of sex as like pleasure, like any form of pleasure. To me, that's sex, but you know what I mean? Like, don't get all technical with it because there are a lot of different ways that you can orgasm without sex. And I feel like this is the moment in your life where you really figure out what you like, you know, and what makes you feel good. They may develop a creative sense of style. They also may become more of a risk taker during this time and embrace their inner adventurer. They might decide to go after a dream that no one thought they could do. Everyone told them they would never be able to accomplish it. Well, watch them. You just wait because this is the moment for them where they are like, fuck everyone else. Like, I'm going to follow my bliss. I'm going to follow my dreams. It's also a time when they learn to stop caring what everyone else thinks about them and just embrace who they are. They might discover a new hobby or stand up for what they believe in somehow. Sometimes it's facing fears around children. Remember that Saturn is about fear, you know, and it forces us to look at our fears. So during a Saturn return in the house of children, it's gonna be a lot of it is about looking at children and like, are you freaked out yet? Ooh, babies. I literally just got my tubes tied this weekend, so fuck you, fear. It depends on the sign, but with Saturn in the 5th house, it does create some confusion or conflict about children, about creation. This is the time where they sort those feelings out. They might finally figure out who they're attracted to. They might actually start embracing the dating game if they've been resisting it. They might finally feel brave. I don't know if you've ever seen New Girl, but if you have, you might get this. I feel like the entire show is this Saturn return in the 5th house. Like, I just feel like The main character is basically like a representation of this placement. If you haven't seen that show, I highly recommend it. I think it's streaming on Netflix or something, so check it out. They might have to figure out how to be selfish or heal their ego. They need to sort through any childhood trauma in order to figure out how they want to be a parent to their own children during their Saturn return. They will also learn some powerful lessons when it comes to desire and connecting with themselves. They'll learn to go with the flow, and they might have to revisit childhood memories or relive childhood experiences in order to grow and mature. So maybe there's something that they really liked as a kid and then they stopped doing it, and then they started it again during their Saturn return, and they're like, whoa, I'm learning so much from this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Remember, read everything together, get your chart. It's beautiful. It all works together so beautifully. And if you like my content, please subscribe. Toodaloo.